Moving on, we have a question now from Jinendra. Jinendra says that his builder is asking for service tax 4.5%, MVAT 1.5% of the agreement value. The MVAT is paid by cheque to the builder's bank account, and in return they have issued a plain receipt on the letterhead with a revenue stamp. Now Jinendra is in a dilemma about the chargeability of the aforesaid taxes. He wants clarity. Do you have, essentially it's the same question, do we have to pay service tax and MVAT?
So if you have purchased a flat which is under construction, then service tax and VAT both are payable because it is at your behest that the builder is doing the job. So therefore, it's a contract between you and the builder. Because of the contract, the builder is charging you VAT as well as service tax. So part of the VAT is because of the material that he has used and part is for the service that he has rendered. The rates are very clear. If it is Maharashtra, it is 1%. Otherwise, every state there is a slight difference in the tax. Andhra Pradesh, as I just said, it is 1.25%. So I don't know which state you are talking about, but I think if it is Maharashtra, it is 1%. And service tax, as I explained, it is 3.75% if the value is less than 1 crore and the area is less than 2,000 square feet. Or if it is more than that, it is 4.5%.
You know, Pannkaj, it looks to me like we have a lot of first-time buyers today who are actually sending in questions, which is why you're getting such a lot of questions on service tax and VAT as well, including the one that we got earlier about income tax and tax exemptions.
Yeah.
Could you break down for our viewers what are the taxes one needs to pay or one needs to be prepared for while buying a house? And this is very, very important for the simple reason that the home loan that you take, first of all, the bank is only going to give you 80% of the value of your house as home loan. 20% is what you need to be prepared for to pay out of your pocket. This is apart from the fees that you would be paying to a broker if you were going through a brokerage firm. Over and above that, there are taxes that you need to pay, which now Pannkaj will tell us about. How much do you essentially need to pay in taxes?
See, there are essentially three components. One is the VAT part, VAT, which I said is a state subject and therefore state to state it differs. As far as Maharashtra is concerned, it is 1%. So 1% of the total value of the property. Then second is the service tax. Service tax again is a central legislation. So central service tax, as I explained earlier, is 3.75% if the value is less than 1 crore or the area of the flat is less than 2,000 square feet. And if it is more than that, so it is 4.5%. And the third is that you have to deduct tax at source when you are making payments to the builder. This is something which most people forget at the time of making the payment to the builder. Now, time to time, you will be making the payment in installments. Now, so say for example, when you are buying something under construction at every slab level or at every milestone achieved, you will have to pay amounts to the builder. At every payment, you have to deduct 1% of the amount as tax at source and deposit it with the government. And this doesn't go from your pocket. So, supposing you have to pay the builder 1 lakh of rupees, you deduct 1,000 rupees, pay the builder 99,000 rupees, deposit 1,000 with the government and give him a challan that here is what I have deposited with the government and here is your challan.
So what you're saying is if I have to pay 1 lakh, it is not 1 lakh plus 1,000, it is 1 lakh minus 1,000. So you're still paying 1 lakh rupees.
So what goes out of your pocket is only 1 lakh.
Okay. What about service tax and VAT? Is that, say I buy under construction property, like you said, TDS is applicable on every installment that I'm paying the developer.
That's right.
Is service tax also deducted on every installment that I'm paying the developer?
Yes,
or is it a
technically at every time, because the amount is computed for every installment. So at every installment, you go on paying the VAT, you go on paying the service tax, and you go on deducting the TDS.
Okay. And over and above this, you have to obviously pay your stamp duty and registration.
Stamp duty, registration, your loan processing charges, etc., etc.
Right. So all of that net would amount to 10 to 12% of the cost of the house? Would that be?
Yes, stamp duty is roughly 5% and service tax, and this would be another close to 5%. So it comes to about 10%.
So that's what you need to be prepared for if you're buying a house. 20% is the down payment that you need to pay out of your pocket. You will need to pay around another 10% you need to be prepared for, which you will be paying out as taxes. And these taxes, mind you, if it is an under construction flat, the VAT, the service tax, the TDS that you're paying, all of these have to be paid on every single installment that you are paying to the developer. If it is a ready flat, of course, Pannkaj, would you want to step in over there? What about what happens to service tax and VAT in
No, if it is a ready flat, then there is no service tax and VAT, because the construction is already completed. So he has not done the construction at your behest, and you are already buying a completed flat, in which case there is no VAT or service tax payable.
Right. So if it's a ready
but TDS
flat,
will still be there.
So if it's a ready position flat, you actually save on some taxes over there. You do not have to pay the service tax and VAT.
Yeah, but indirectly it would be included in the value of the flat. So because the value of the flat will go up, to that extent.
Right. So that's it. That's a checklist of all the taxes that you need to pay. Be prepared for for VAT, which differs from state to state, 3.75 or 4.25% as 4.5% as service tax, depending on the size of the house and the value of the flat, and of course 1% TDS that you need to deduct from the cost of the flat. These are the large taxes that you need to be prepared for. Apart from that, you have to pay stamp duty. You have to also pay registration.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at magicbricksnow. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.